Welcome to the Health Angle Podcast with Dr. Mike Headlee and Dr. Gordon Fimreite, where we'll be exploring different angles of health to achieve the best version of yourself. Now here's your hosts, Dr. Mike and Dr. Gordon.
Hello everyone, I am Dr. Mike Headlee, and with me is Dr. Gordon Fimreite. Welcome, Dr. Gordy.
Hey, Dr. Mike, and welcome to the Health Angle Podcast. Today's subject is molecular hydrogen water. So I think a lot of people heard that and are saying, what is that? So we're going to dive into that. So welcome to the Health Angle Podcast.
Yeah, Dr. Gordy, I don't know when you first heard about alkaline water. For me, it's been a long time. And so I want to talk about a little bit about alkaline water or hydrogen water, which is better. And then molecular hydrogen is nothing new, and we're made a lot of that in our body, but how technology works, just like other supplements and other products we talk about, is they've made ways to make it into a supplement or product so we can access that and benefit our body. So I'm excited to share this with our listeners because it's a really exciting product.
It is. I'm still learning about it myself. But in 2007, there were some doctors in Japan that came up and did some research on this. And I think even in the Olympics, I think the Japanese athletes were one of the few that actually used this. So what is this exactly, Dr. Mike? You'll have to dive into and explain to our audience what exactly it is. The only thing I'll say is water is also known as H2O. And those are atoms. So you have two hydrogen atoms and you have one oxygen atom. So what it is, they're just infusing a bunch of hydrogen into the water. And we're going to talk about the health benefits of doing that.
Yeah, so molecular hydrogen is a gas with very unique and selective antioxidant effects. And I remember when we went on a run years ago in Whitehall, and I think we might have both been training for a marathon or we did one, and you really emphasized the importance of antioxidants, especially when you're training hard and heavy for the liver. Because didn't you say it like depletes our liver of antioxidants and stuff when you exert and run a lot? And you said you better take some antioxidants. Do you remember any conversation
I remember that
like
conversation, but we're talking like 15 years ago, probably, Dr. Mike, right?
Yeah,
10, 15.
yeah.
So I wouldn't surprise me if I said it back then.
Yeah, so antioxidants are really critical. And so ever since then, I've just always had on my radar food, and the antioxidant potential of them and stuff. So this H2 or molecular hydrogen, it works primarily by improving the redox status of the cell when needed. So hydrogen is the smallest molecule in the universe, which is why its bioavailability is so great. It's also neutral. It can easily penetrate any membrane space in our body. So drinking hydrogen water can double our cellular concentration of hydrogen gas. For about 5 minutes, your blood level peaks, and this is when beneficial changes in cell signaling and gene expression occurs. So molecular hydrogen is best taken cyclically or pulsed and not just sipped all day. So if you take it continuously, you're drinking hydrogen water throughout the whole day, the effects seem to dissipate and can actually vanish altogether. And so I'm going to show you how I take it, Dr. Gordy. I'm using Dr. Mercola's H2 molecular hydrogen. It generates 8 parts per million of hydrogen per tablet. So you just take a tablet and drop it in the water, and then it starts to fizz. And it takes 60 to 90 seconds to dissolve into a gas. And then when it's dissolved, when that tablet rises to the top and dissipates, and then you're supposed to drink it within 30 seconds because of the bioavailability will dissipate over time. So I'm going to drink it all in about 60 seconds, and then I'll get the benefit of it. And I have some other information to share after you do, but recently I've been working probably an hour a night in my woods, cutting wood and hauling brush with my chainsaw. And I get kind of sore at the end of a day, and I'm doing that, and it's hot and humid. And so I've been taking this when I come in, as an antioxidant, and I feel like it replenishes my cells. And I'll get into some of the science on what it does on a molecular level and all the conditions that it helps.
Mhm.
And so I'm really, really excited. I used to take this and I quit, and now I'm really glad I started since I've been working in the woods a lot this summer. And a lot of people take it before they go to the gym too, because they know they're going to stress their body in a good way. And so then they recover. I've been using it as a recovery drink. And a lot of the experts just say you take it right away in the morning to really hydrate and really get that, antioxidants into your cells. And one other little piece of information, Dr. Gordy, before I have some other information is I always like when people sell supplements. So now the tablet's at the very top, it's almost dissipated. So then you just drink it.
That's great. Go, Mike, go. And you tell us how it tastes because there's supposed to be no taste. It's not a chemical, there's no flavoring. It's just tiny hydrogen molecules that you're basically drinking, and it acts like an antioxidant. And,
It's,
and
yeah, it has a little taste, but just lemony type. It's not at all chalky or bitter or sweet. It lemony kind of has a little taste, but not much.
Mhm. And it reduces cellular stress and inflammation. So that's huge. And not only can you get it like Dr. Mike was just demonstrating by dissolving a tablet, but they also sell this by pre-bottled hydrogen water, as well as home machines that have kind of a way to infuse the hydrogen gas into the water. And it's considered a vitamin supplement. So Dr. Mike, I'm going to go through 10 points, but I'm not going to go through all of them. I'm just going to go through about three right now. And as far as our subject, this molecular hydrogen water, pretty powerful stuff. It's a smart antioxidant. I know a lot of people, when you think of a really good antioxidant, you might think of turmeric or resveratrol, and you can get it through foods too, like the berries. Those are good. Seeds and nuts, those are another source. However, this hydrogen is a phenomenal resource. And it basically, what it does is and by the way, I want to just define what a free radical is. When your body is exposed to too much pollution, too many bad junk foods or processed foods, or you're exercising too intensely, or you may have been exposed to too much sun, that basically oxidates you and causes free radicals, which make other opposing cells unstable. And what free radicals do is they play havoc in the body and cause oxidative stress. Not healthy. It ages you. And as a result, we want to just neutralize those effects. And this is one of those that really do a phenomenal job. So this typical antioxidants, when you take them, they kind of block all free radicals, including the helpful ones. But this hydrogen selectively targets the most harmful ones, like the hydroxy radical. So phenomenal, and it's great for the defensive system. Number two, do you want to add anything to that, Mike? Otherwise, I'm going to jump right into number two.
No, there are a lot of really common good ones. Like you said, the berries, you get vitamin C as a simple antioxidant. So just eating the rainbow and stuff we've preached about in the past are really, really, really good. This is just another level and another angle since we talk about every angle of health. So yeah, that was great information.
So the next one is this hydrogen. It's such a very small atom that it reaches places in your body that most nutrients can't get to. For example, the brain and the mitochondria, which is the powerhouse of the cell. So, and that's great news. If you can get into the brain, you're taking care of the oxidative stress by getting these free radicals out of the brain. There's some wonderful things that can happen. I'm going to talk a little bit more about this on my further on, but brain health, there's so much Alzheimer's, dementia. I mean, everybody who is prone to that or actually has problems should be taking this water. So the next one, Dr. Mike, and by the way, this reduces the aging and it just basically helps with that oxidative stress. So number three is it's used by athletes. You just talked about this a little bit earlier about faster recovery, less fatigue. Oxygen helps water. It helps to reduce the lactic acid buildup, which happens after you work out, and reduce that oxidative stress. and it also speeds up recovery time, reduces the soreness. So great for athletes. So back to you, Mike.
Yeah, I talked to two patients today in the office that take it. One person takes it before they do more of a weight workout and just notices faster, quicker recovery, just better energy, and just don't get the soreness and, cellular achiness from that. And she takes tablets. The other one takes a water bottle that charges the water and it just has really good mental clarity and really, really has noticed the benefits. And her husband too, she said that just they love it. That's just what when they travel and whatever, they just bring these water bottles with hydrogen. So here's a little bit. It's a godsend against 170 diseases. It also snuffs out many, many diseases. So here's what's really cool, Dr. Gordy. It can easily penetrate any membrane space in your body, shown to benefit every organ of the human body. That's really, really cool. You mentioned brain, but every organ. So there's several ways to administer hydrogen. Hydrogen gas inhalation, drinking or bathing in it. I know some companies sell hydrogen bombs, like bath bombs. Hydrogen-rich water, so you can put tablets in water. You can buy a specialized water bottle that charge the water with hydrogen. You do intravenous hydrogen-rich saline injection, and then hyperbaric hydrogen therapy, not just hyperbaric oxygen therapy. And so here's some of the things that you will feel. I mentioned just a couple of things with some patients today, but most people will feel sustained energy without the buzz or a kind of a rush from an energy drink or anything. Faster post-workout recovery, lower inflammation, which everybody wants, just mental clarity that lasts without stimulation and drugs. So when you drink hydrogen water, you're not just staying hydrated, you're giving your cells the support they need to create real energy. So that's really, really cool.
Yeah,
Back
that's
to you,
great.
Gordy.
Yeah, you just talked about the focus of your patient and mental clarity. That was actually my fourth one, helps with mood as well. So it really helps with the neural inflammation, and it helps potentially with the mood, anxiety, and helps with mental sharpness, especially when people are under stress. That's a big one because a lot of people are really struggling with anxiety and mental health issues. So hydrogen water, it may really help. Number 5, supports the body detox pathways. Gentle hydrogen doesn't flush your system like harsh detox, but it helps reduce the oxidative burdens on the organs like the liver and kidney. And the liver and kidney, these are the detoxifying organs in our body. And I think with all that, we talked about plastic a couple of weeks ago and processed foods and all the junk stuff that we're putting in our body, we need to get that out of our system. And the liver and kidney, they're working overtime. So this hydrogen water certainly would be nothing but benefit to those detox organs. Number 6 is early research shows promising to slow down the aging process. Who doesn't want to stay young? So animal studies have shown how hydrogen may help to delay age-related diseases and support cellular longevity. It's not a magic anti-aging cure, but it's just one more piece of the puzzle. And each week we bring a new episode of things that you can do to optimize your health and your health potential. So this is just one more thing. I'm going to jump into 7, then I'll throw it back to you, Mike. It may help balance metabolic health. So it improves in cholesterol, blood sugar, and insulin sensitivity. And it just really helps with the water consumption within your body, which is key markers for preventing diabetes and heart disease. And these are probably the 2 biggest killers besides cancer as well. So hydrogen water, a lot of benefits. Back to you, Mike.
So here's an interesting study I read about drinking hydrogen water daily helps seniors improve mobility and sleep, which is huge, even during periods of high stress and no physical activity. So what if you manage stress and got physical activity? Wow, it's just combine that with a healthy lifestyle. This could be huge. So when you drink it, bathe it, or use it in a cold plunge, hydrogen therapy quickly relieves joint pain, stiffness, and fatigue, restoring comfort and mobility without medication. And here are 2 points that are some of my favorite. No known side effects. Very few
Wow.
things that can say that.
Yeah, that's
And it
so true.
promotes gut health to increase natural hydrogen production. And so we've talked several times about gut health and just how to optimize that. And gosh, it's really just a powerhouse. So I'll let you finish your list, Dr. Gordy, and then I'm going to finish with alkaline water or hydrogen water. Which one is better?
Got it. That's great. So I have three left here, Mike, and then I'll throw it back to you for good. So possible protection of environmental stressors. So hydrogen has been shown in studies as a protective effects against radiation and pollution-related stress. So it's being explored, for example, with Cajun patients that are undergoing radiation therapy and showing good results. So number 9, you just alluded to this. It's safe for daily use, even in high amounts. So hydrogen water has shown zero toxicity in studies, even inhaled in gas form or consumed in high concentration. It really appears to be completely safe, and you had already said that. And finally, my last one here, Dr. Mike, is it works fast, often within minutes. Some users report feeling a lift of energy or focus within 10 to 15 minutes after drinking it. And I think you said a patient had just experienced just that. And while not everyone feels it right away, the effects can be both fast acting and long term with consistent use. So I'm almost talking myself to taking this every day, Dr. Mike.
Yeah,
It's phenomenal.
it's just like with most things. I think if you give it a shot for 30 days and just really assess your energy, your post, workout recovery, sleep, mental focus and clarity, joint mobility, other things. That maybe the challenge with you, Dr. Gordy, is you don't have a lot of health issues, and so you might not just like get 50% recovery after a workout and just like, oh my gosh, my sleep is 50% better and I can lift more and recover faster. And because you may, but what if you just got 10% better? Or what if your cells were just aging on a really less intense level? So I mean, you could still get benefits, but you might not feel them as much if you're pretty healthy.
Yeah. The other thing I want to add to that, Mike, is that we are dynamic creatures. So we all are going to have good days, bad days. And I think people that are on these healthy journeys have a tendency to really monitor that. And if you're having kind of a sluggish day, whether it's caused by an intense workout or you just had some mental stress from a situation that happened. So there might be the possibility of taking this when you're under that stress level or that you had this super intense workout. So yeah, going out of your way to have it every single day, practical? Maybe not. Yeah, I don't
So,
know.
I also like if occasionally you don't sleep that good and you're tired and you still have a cup of coffee and you go, I still need a boost. Instead of getting that energy drink or that third cup of coffee and some other artificial stimulant, what if we feed ourselves? Go on a walk or a hike or meditate or take a nap and then do some hydrogen water, etc. I like those approaches to recover from stress like not sleeping and other things than just popping pills and pharmaceuticals. And that's what the TV says. Ask your doctor what you should take. And I say, well, ask health experts maybe what could benefit you.
Absolutely. Good point, Mike.
So alkaline water or hydrogen water? I don't know, was it 10, 15, 20 years ago where it was really big boom on alkaline water? You could get these water makers. Maybe it was longer than that, but yeah, and alkalinity and acidity is really, really, really critical. Our pH of our blood can't be way off and you be healthy. So I'm not saying alkalinity is not important, but listen to what I say about the alkaline or hydrogen water, then you can decide what's best for you. Alkaline water is water that has been separated into alkaline and acid fractions using electrolysis. Many promoters and marketers claim alkaline water can correct excess acidity in your tissues, which then can prevent or reverse cancer, arthritis, and other degenerative diseases. Yet this is not supported by the science. The higher the pH, the fewer free hydrogen ions it has, the lower its pH. The more free hydrogen ions it has. So hydrogen ions are not to be confused with molecular hydrogen, H2 gas. They are completely different from each other. Molecular hydrogen is a gas with very unique and selective antioxidant effects that specifically target damaging free radicals, like Dr. Gordy mentioned. So the alkaline ionized water fad was an unfortunate outgrowth of its successful use, coupled with a misunderstanding or ignorance of the therapeutic property of the water. So it's just, you have to decide. I'm not saying it's going to hurt you if you do alkaline water, but if I had to choose, I'm going personally with the H2 water, hydrogen water versus alkaline water, and or Dr. Gordy's water, the 5 filtration method that he gets in his
Right.
bottles, and then sometimes just throw a tablet in there when you need faster recovery. So that's my take, but I'm willing to listen to comments and questions in our section that people have about their experience with alkaline versus hydrogen water, because I would like to hear both sides of the story if you've tried both.
Yeah, absolutely. Please comment. We love comments as well.
Well, I guess that's all I have, Dr. Gordy. So I like to finish our podcast by asking, what's your number one takeaway that you can share with a family member about our podcast, about water and or hydrogen water? And then what's your number one action step? I know we've talked about water a few times. I'm in Minnesota. I'm a Minnesota Vikings fan, Dr. Gordy.
Yeah,
I
that's
know
not good.
you aren't the
Not good.
biggest Viking fan, but J.J. McCarthy, second year quarterback, even though he's his rookie year because he didn't play one down in the regular season because he got hurt. He was asked some questions yesterday after a joint practice, and he's been buddies with Tom Brady for a long time. And the reporter says, "What are some of the benefits and what are some of the lessons that Tom Brady taught you about?" He goes, "Well, I don't want to just share everything." But he says, this is one piece of advice that Tom Brady wished someone would have told him in college, that he told me, that I'm applying now as a professional, as a Viking player. Tom Brady wishes he would have hydrated more in college and early in his career. And so JJ McCarthy says that's one of his simple advice tips that he takes really serious as he really hyperhydrates. And I've seen that a lot, Dr. Gordy. I don't know if you've seen that. I know this is a little bit of an aside, but when I look on Vikings.com and I see what the players are wearing and they're walking into the stadium before a game, a lot of them have these 4 packs of Caribou and Starbucks and all these caffeinated drinks and energy drinks. And I'm not saying caffeine doesn't get you focused and ready, and it's a nootropic and focuses the brain. So maybe a shot of coffee isn't the worst thing. But if you're drinking 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and getting dehydrated and peeing out all the minerals before the game, and then you wonder why you pulled up a hammy in your tight and tens. And Tom Brady puts electrolytes in all of his water, and he hydrates and doesn't do a lot of caffeine. He doesn't do the alcohol. And so he doesn't get dehydrated, and he only hydrates. So I thought that was pretty interesting, and it does kind of tap into water, but he didn't mention hydrogen water.
It might be one of those things that's added, and I would guess there's got to be a lot of pro athletes that are using this. If they were doing it in the Olympics, and I think 2010, I believe the Japanese first used it, and I think it was 2010. I'm sure that Olympic athletes, professional athletes, it might be one of those things that you really don't talk that much about. But if you're that intense with your workouts and your competitiveness, you are inevitably going to have some free radicals, and you're going to need some antioxidants. And this is one of the most powerful ones to get in there to neutralize the negative effects. And just burning that lactic acid from your workouts with hydrogen water can only benefit the athlete. And then the normal person, I mean, come on, your liver and your kidneys are working overtime. Let's give them a little break, hydrogen water. Or someone who knows they might not be eating the best foods and maybe a little junk food, or maybe you're in a big city with a lot of pollution. Hydrogen water might be a good thing to neutralize the effects of oxidative stress. Well, first of all, I just want to say thanks for joining us today. Please subscribe. Please like our content. And then, of course, please share it. And then as far as Dr. Mike was asking, what do you think? Alkaline? Do you like the hydrogen water? We'd like to hear your comments as well. So until next week, we'll have another episode on the Health Angle podcast. Until then, we'll see you.
Thank you for joining us on the Health Angle podcast. Please subscribe to our channel and catch us for our next episode.